Hello, is this Archer?
Yes, sir, it is.
Archer, how are you? Paul, Outsider Tackle Box radio show and podcast. We have Tommy in the studio.
Hey, what's going on, Archer? How you doing, bud?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I'm all right. I could be better. I could be next to, a pretty woman instead. I'm stuck next to this guy.
Well, I could definitely dress up for you if
No,
that's all it takes.
not the same. Sorry.
Well,
right.
Welcome to the show. We're so excited to have you, Archer. We saw the photo that James Heisterman sent in, and you won a tournament, so we definitely want to hear about that. But the idea behind the show is to spread happiness to the world through the joys of fishing. And boy, do you have a story to share with us. That fish,
That's
it
a
pretty
beast.
much fits the whole size of the photo. And so we want to hear where you caught the fish, what bait you were using, and of course the size of that giant that you're holding. And so this is your podcast. Let's hear about the tournament and the fish story.
Sweet. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the call. And, I'm really
Absolutely.
happy to be able to talk to
Absolutely.
y'all and spread the word about fishing. It's my passion. It's my hobby. I love to do it. Starting off, let's just see, James Heisterman. He's one of my great friends. He's my sponsor. He's my mentor when it comes to the world of spinnerbait fishing. He's taught me basically all that I know about spinnerbaits.
Nice.
Really, without James, I probably could not have caught that fish. Without James, I probably couldn't have won my tournaments.
We love James.
Whether he's selling me spinnerbaits, giving me the sponsorship, showing me some spots, giving me tips, anything and everything. He's helped me in every way.
That's awesome. We actually know James real well. We love James. He's a great guy. We know Velocity Lures.
We've had him in our boxes,
Yeah.
and we've had him on the show.
And everything that you stated about him is absolutely correct. So I'm sorry for interrupting. Go ahead, bud. It's all you.
Well, let's give a plug to
Absolutely.
Velocity Baits.
Velocity
VelocityBaits.com.
Lures, yeah.
We have an Outsider exclusive, 10% off.
VelocityLures.com. Yeah, that's right. And we have a 10%.
The code is Outsider.
Outsider.
But yeah, this is definitely your podcast,
Awesome.
and we need to give love to James Heisterman. So, thank you, Mr. Heisterman.
Absolutely. Archer, all you. Back again.
Yeah,
Sorry.
let's hear about your fish story.
Sounds good. Starting back from, let's see, my first BASS high school series tournament I've ever fished. I think it was around, give it 4 weeks ago. It was October 11th or October 12th. It was Lake Tahoe here in Florida. It's about an hour and 25 minutes away from my house. Me and my partner, Dakota, and I woke up. I wish he could have been here today, but he lives a good half an hour away from me. My partner, Dakota, and I, me and him woke up at my house. We drove over to James' house. It was 4:15 in the morning, and we were just like, all right. We didn't even really have a game plan. We didn't have any pre-fishing time. Now, James has known about this lake, and he's pre-fished it a lot just because he has a lot of off time. I'm only 16, so I'm busy with school and work and stuff. But he brought us to a few spots, and we were basically fishing a line of Kissimmee grass. It's basically real thin grass. Sometimes it can get real thick. Sometimes it even has just reeds in it and cattails. And we just started throwing, we started throwing Magnum speed worms with a 5/16 ounce tungsten pegged on the top and the bottom of it to make sure it didn't slip. And basically, we were using any color from June bug to pumpkin to watermelon red. And there was one, I think that it was called something tilapia. But we were basically just tossing it as far as we could get it up into that Kissimmee grass and slow rolling it, dragging it, pulling it up and dropping it, working it like a worm.
Nice.
And we ended up catching about 30 pounds that day.
Wow.
Our two fish that were under 4 pounds was 1.8 and 2.36. Those were the only two fish that we had under 4 pounds. Everything was 4.35 and above. We were putting back 4-pounders to put 5-pounders in the well.
How great
was
is that?
Phenomenal.
That is just
awesome.
a dream come true. When you have to put back a 4-pounder
to get the 5 in. Yeah, you gotta add up your weight, right?
Wow.
Yeah, I have a Rapala scale that adds my weight for me, and at the end we're placing. Let's see, we have like 22 pounds on the scale.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sometimes the digital scales can mess up a little bit, but that's what it was calculating. So we ended up getting done with the tournament. We were running out of water. We came back, give an hour, maybe an hour and a half before the weigh-in. And that's because there was 3 launches. There was 88 boats in that tournament. It was 176 people, I believe. I forget the math.
Wow.
But
big tournament.
We come back in before when we're supposed to be in. We put our chip on the board, and we see our 2 other club members who fish it with us, Ashton Smith and Cole Tannehill, who are also phenomenal fishermen. Ashton and Cole are 2 of my best buddies. I love those guys the best. And Ashton and his dad is the 2 main people that got me into fishing these bass tournaments.
Yeah.
And we see them at the weigh-in, and we're just like, "Hey, y'all, how'd you do?" And we go, it was a little bit rough, but I think we did pretty good. It's like, how'd y'all do? I think I was like, we had like,
being all modest about it. You're like, I was putting back 4-pounders.
Yeah. It was a little hard.
I was like, I mean, we were putting back 4-pounders. They just looked at me and Dakota like, you have to be kidding me. And this was, this was our first Bass Nation tournament ever. Like, we've never done this before. And so we ended up just going up on stage. The previous bag before us was 22 pounds, and we had to beat 22 pounds. And we take our 5 fish out.
You knew.
We're hopping well to well.
You must have known.
Up onto the stage. Yeah, we didn't know for sure.
Yeah.
But we were hoping we were going to beat that 22 pounds because we were shaking at this point.
Yeah.
And when we were well hopping, going up onto the stage, every other well, we pull the bag out, and it's just like all the kids around us are just like, oh, geez. And we're just looking at him laughing, just like, I'm really hoping we have this. And the main announcer up on stage, his name is Glenn. He's a really great guy too.
Yeah.
But he calls mine and Dakota's name, and I was just like, all right, bro, this is it. Let's do it. And we pull the bag out of the well, and his eyes get wide. And so we go up there. He said 5 in, 5 alive, and he put it on the scale. He started climbing numbers, getting louder and louder from 20 to 24 point. It was like 24.30, I think it was. And that has by far been my best tournament ever.
Nice.
I fished previous smaller tournaments, but when he said we took first place, we were still worried because there was still, give or take, 20 other teams that still had to weigh in. And so it was just sitting there waiting for all of them to be done. And, we finally took that first place. We each took home $400.
Nice.
Well, congratulations.
At the time, I was waiting for a license and pay off my truck. So I paid off my truck with that money.
There you go.
It was a phenomenal day. But that's awesome. How my first bass tournament went. That's how my first win ever went. And like I said, I couldn't have done it without James and Dakota being my net man, and mine, me being his. And it was all around it was a fun day, cracking jokes on the boat. It's not like, we're not up in those tournaments yet. We can't be super serious all the time.
No.
So we're cracking jokes, and, we're just having fun with the whole thing. And, I'll have that day stuck in my head.
Well, that's awesome.
That's what it's about, though, is like cracking jokes, having fun while you're doing it, and then at the end, making money from it. Paying off your truck, doing what you got to do, but it all started from a fun day.
Not just that, but I like to say, Archer, the fish story that you just shared with us, I felt like I was there.
Yeah,
I was definitely tuned in just to hear about the win, and I'm so happy to see that you were able to get up on the podium and that you had James Heisterman in your corner, and that the day was not only just about hanging out with your buddies, But you also got to come on Outsider Tackle Box radio show and podcast and share your story. So got you, that win got you money, but it got you on the radio. We broadcast this thing everywhere. So
everywhere. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, everything. So and be sure to tell Dakota and your other teammates, post some pictures on the Facebook group page or on the Facebook page, and
we'd love them to have them on the show as well.
Put them on the show too. It'd be fun.
Now, would y'all like me to tell the story about the 9-pounder that I caught at my previous tournament?
Of course,
absolutely. Hey, this is your podcast, bud. You can share whatever story you want.
Sounds good. I mean, that it weighed in 9.08 on the podium. We had all 5 fish, but that day was really rough. We got out there, and I think the coolest part about catching that one big fish that bought our bag to 14 pounds was the fact that I caught my personal best bass, that 9-pounder, on one of James Heisterman's spinnerbaits.
Is that the one that's in the picture?
Yep. That spinnerbait that is in that fish's mouth, that is the one that James handed to me and says, "Here, try this."
That's awesome.
And I did it, and it caught that fish, and now it's on my wall.
Oh, yeah, you mounted it. That's beautiful.
You should mount that and the bait and the lure.
Oh, yeah. I wish I could have got the measurements on the bass, but, I wanted to return it healthy. When I was up on stage with the same guy, Glenn, weighing in our bag that day, that was at Lake Harris. And it was windy. It was a little bit cold, and it was just kind of a sucky day. We didn't catch our fish until, I would say, maybe 12. So we had about 4 hours left to land. And it was funny because the night before, my mom being a mom, she came in while I was watching a movie, kind of getting ready for the following morning. She's like, "Do you want me to pack your lunch?" I was like, "No, Ma, it's okay. I can handle that." No, I'm a big boy now.
I know how to make lunch, Mom.
She was like, "No, because I know you're not going to do it, and you're just going to go to bed, and then you're going to wake up and you're not going to have any food on the boat." And I was just, I'm tired at that point, so I'm just like, "All right, no, that's fine. If you want to do it, do it." Well, I think that was my biggest mistake because I opened my lunchbox the next morning around 11 o'clock. I see a water, I see a PB&J, and I see a banana on the boat.
Yeah.
Rule number 1: don't bring bananas.
I was gonna say, don't bring a banana on the boat.
You're asking for jugs.
Guess my mom didn't know that, and up until I threw that banana, as soon as I saw it, I said, "Dakota, look at this." And he goes, "You have to be kidding me!" I just shot it into the woods. And after that point was the point where we actually caught fish.
That's it. It was all due to the banana. The banana had to evacuate the boat.
Leave the premises.
Yeah,
you're not allowed.
Yeah,
it was a pretty unique situation. But so with that, Voodoo said, I believe in that theory.
Yeah.
Now, luckily I was able to catch, the other fish after that, and it was a pretty good day after that, but it was still rough waters. We worked the same line, I kind of felt like switching up a few different times, but we just kind of stayed on it until the last few minutes. But with that 9-pounder, I'm fishing via spinnerbaits through some just thick grass, and I ended up just hooking into him, and I see him go sideways, and I just look at James, and then he jumps, and I just look back down, and I'm just like, "Oh my God!" And we get him in the net, and I could barely hold my rod anymore. I was just shaking because I was like, I knew that this was the biggest bass in my life so far.
Yeah. You know when it's tugging, like sometimes you're just like that. This is a big fish.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And we put it on the scale, and then we tossed her in the box, and it was just astonishing to me.
That's awesome.
So, it's a beautiful looking fish. It's got good color. It's got good weight.
It was really healthy. It put up a pretty good fight to shoot. It looked healthy, felt healthy. It acted fine. It released fine.
That's awesome.
The whole process went great. And then we get to the win. I go up on stage, and Glenn Field, he's just like, this feels like a pretty sturdy bag itself. And I just hold it up, and he's like, oh, geez. All right, well, now you have to beat 8.62, I think. The video's on my Instagram.
Yeah.
But he said just the 8.62, so I was like, I don't think I'm going to beat that with this fish. But yeah, we'll go ahead and give it a shot. And, these scales, they're registered scales.
Yeah.
It's all part of bass. There's nothing rigged about it. And he tossed the fish on the scale, and he said 9.08. And at that point, I was just like, all right, well, let's see. I know I just won some money or something of that nature. I just got biggest bass out of 190-something people and their families up on stage.
Mm-hmm.
It was just astonishing for that one fish and the power of that one fish, what it has. And I ended up winning a custom NHX rod. It says 2018 Harris Chain Big Bass on it. It has the Bass Nation logos.
Nice.
It has, let's see, what's that one brand grips? It's almost like rubber. I forget the name.
I'm drawing a blank too.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank, but I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Grips on it. Oh, the wind grips. The wind grips.
Yes. Okay.
Wind grips. And I guess the dude that was doing all the calculations up on stage, not Glenn, but the dude behind the computer, he custom built it.
Nice.
So it was pretty cool. And he said, well, this thing is valued around $250 for me to build one of these. And that's one rod that I'm hoping I never break on another big bass. But at the same time, that's one thing I'm never going to sell or trade off in my life. I'm going to keep that.
You keep that, yeah. That's like having a trophy, you know what I mean? Like you hold on to it and cherish it. And
if it does break, it's one heck of a story.
Yeah. It better be a big bass, though.
I'm still going to hang up on the wall.
Yeah. I would still pull it. I would grab the line, and even if it broke my pole, I'd be
what are you gonna do?
Reeling in with my hands. Just me and my knife.
Put your knife in your mouth and jump in. Coming for you.
Well, where are y'all based out of? California?
We're in California. We're in the city of Huntington Beach.
Yes, we are.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, see, we're from Florida. Down here, we have to worry about alligators.
Ah, see? Yeah. No.
And,
there's no alligators.
They're fun. I actually caught one during the tournament. About the same time I found the banana in the boat.
Oh, jeez. You found?
I love catching
the banana in the boat and an alligator?
Yeah, I'll send you a picture.
Yeah.
Send us a picture. We'd love to see that.
Alligator.
Yeah, see, we don't have alligators out
They're
here.
fun.
We just get weirdos near our lakes.
Well, if there's a gator, it's because somebody let their pet out that they're not supposed to have, and they put them in the pond.
Yeah.
And it usually never lasts,
Yeah.
and it usually gets on TV. Like there was a golf course where people put like their little gators in there, and the news bands would get out, and they're like, you got to see this.
Yeah, there's some people that they keep pet alligators, and then they get too big and they toss them in like lakes and stuff out here, which really obviously does a lot of damage. To the
mostly
to the
turtles
fishing.
though. People put their turtles. They just put their turtles in the golf courses and the local lakes and ponds.
Yeah, and then you end up catching those things. That's like
I know turtles are really good. I've had some bad experiences with those.
It's like pulling up a trash can.
Well, Archer, we appreciate you having on the show again. Congratulations for all for the stories and the tournament win and that giant bass that you sent in.
Absolutely.
Please continue to do so. Tell your buddies. We'd love to hear their fish story as well. We'll bring them on the radio show and podcast. And from all of us here at Outsider Tackle Box, fish more, tight lines.
Tight lines, bud.
And let's hear from you.
Keep doing what you're doing. Have fun.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Take care.
I'm gonna go probably put some promotion posts.
There you
about
go.
Outsider.
Yeah,
Like that.
put
I'll
them
do
out
that
there.
for you.
Have people check us out, and like I said, Facebook. We have the Facebook. We have the Facebook group, the I'm an Outsider group. Website outsidertacklebox.com, and then YouTube.
Yeah, we'll put up all the the YouTube within your actual. We shared your photo. We'll put up the YouTube link in that feed, along with the podcast. And the other things, stay tuned this week. Actually, we have a buy one get one box for our Black Friday deal.
Black Friday, yeah.
And we have weekly bids going on right now. And the past few boxes have gone out for $1. It's a $40 retail value.
Yeah.
On those things.
That's all just up to the bid. I mean, it just it's an auction, so just see however the bids are going.
That's true.
So.
Well, thanks again, Archer. From all of us here, you have a good day. Tight lines, bud.
Take care, bud.